Hi guys, welcome back. I wasn't going to put a video up today. I had to squeeze this in because I thought it was that important that you guys are aware of this. So I'm going to start with the beginning of the story and we'll make our way through. I have a friend, Charmaine. She's one of my subscribers and we just chit chat back and forth. She's another craft supply junkie like I am. So we get along. She lives in England and I live in the USA. She came to me with a story that was quite disturbing. And while it ended on a positive note, it's still disturbing enough that people need to know this, or at least know that it's a known issue with these companies. So I'm going to give you her words and her story, and then I'm going to give you my opinions on this. So this came from an email that she sent to me, and I'm going to show you the pictures because what she was telling me, she backed up with photographic evidence. And that doesn't surprise me because she's a lawyer. She's not going to stop arguing until she gets her way. This is from her. On Saturday, June 19th, 2021, the first day of my holiday in months, I decided to do some coloring. I decided to open the Brett Funner set and sharpen them and swatch them. I immediately noticed that they were sharpening unevenly. I had 5 pencils in total with broken cores and lost half the size of the pencils just trying to get a stable point. As I was swatching, something did not feel right about how the pencils felt in my hand. I carried on, then one of the pencils I took up was bent and warped. It was clearly visible. After swatching all 180 pencils, I then did a roll test on each and every one of them. You saw the clip. Nearly every pencil had a degree of warp. I also found the rosy pink 24 pencil, which had been overstamped in 2 areas of the name and number plates of 2 other colors. I sent the pictures and a long message to the Amazon seller together with the links to various YouTube reviews about warp pencils. That was on June 19th. What had happened is she had bought these pencils, both Shuttle Art 174 and the Brett Funner 180, several months ago. It went beyond the just, how you get a certain amount of time, like a month or 6 weeks or whatever on Amazon to return a product. It went past that. And that's because she didn't have time. She wanted the pencils, but she just didn't get to it. And she waited for her holiday to come around. And when it did, she was going to, use them. And that's when she discovered this issue. Let me continue with what she wrote. On Sunday, June 20th, I decided to open the Shuttle Art. So now she started with the Brett Funner, and now she's using the Shuttle Art 174 set because I hoped they would be fine. This time I decided to sharpen and do a roll test before swatching them. I did the first 3 trays, and the same issues came up. Uneven sharpening, and most failed the roll test. So I took pictures and sent the sheets with the numbers of the pencils that had failed the roll test, and sent a long message to the Amazon sellers now with links to YouTube reviews specifically on the issue with bent Shuttle Art pencils. So that was on Sunday, June 20th. Now, I know people do the roll test on pencils, but a little bit of a warping on the pencil and a warping of a pencil isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. As long as it's performing, it's okay. So really the roll test is not necessary unless the pencil itself is visibly warped. Then I would say you use that. But for the roll test, it could be a number of factors on why that pencil might not roll as well as some of the others. Uneven sharpening. Now that's every pencil, even down to my Holbein, will get some degree of uneven sharpening. That can have more to do with the way you're sharpening the pencils. But if a pencil is continuously breaking, and when you look at the core through the bottom of the pencil, and it's off-center, off-kilter, and the pencil doesn't feel right, then you know that there's a problem with the pencil. In her case, it was multiple pencils in the set, and it was enough to catch her eye. Now, usually maybe 1 or 2 pencils out of the set, okay, I excuse it. I wouldn't return a set for that. But she had way more than that. When she went to go look at the pencils, this is the most disturbing part about this, which made this clear that these were factory defective pencils at cheap price because they were factory seconds, and they just happened to use them. or the manufacturer of the pencils, because you know the Shuttle Art pencils and the Brett Funner are both Black Barrel, and we all know, I've said it enough, Black Barrels all come from the same place. They just pick their colors, make their set, and they're not manufacturing Black Barrels. So they're also not manufacturing Black Barrels with the same problem. That just doesn't happen. What she saw and what I'm showing you on the screen, the pencils, obviously, they look funky. They don't look smooth. But they felt funky in the hand because they were double sprayed with the paint. Apparently, these pencils were mismarked, misaligned, whatever. They were resprayed over the old lettering, and you could clearly see the name of a different pencil multiple times stamped on these pencils. These were factory mistakes. These should have been thrown away before they ever went into the community. You know, that's just common sense. And it's not like the company would have really lost a lot of money. These pencils probably in the long run cost a penny a piece for these companies with the number of pencils that they're producing. Let me continue with her. I was then involved in a series of messages back and forth with both sellers. Initially, they both said they could not see what the issue was. I was unaware that they could not access YouTube in China until you mentioned it. Well, yeah, they can't. Andy explained it to me that you need some sort of special service or special something to view YouTube. And I don't think they're free to watch just anything on YouTube. Cultural thing, it's a government thing, whatever. But that's the way it is. Actual sellers may not have been aware that it had been put on YouTube in the past. Now I'm going to go on with her letter. Then something changed with the Brett Funner seller. Whether they managed to access YouTube or realized I was onto them, because after finding the issue with Shuttle Art pencils, I told them that I was now dealing with two sellers of allegedly different pencils with exactly the same issue. Anyway, on June 23rd, they sent an email and they said they would be investigating and would be sending me a quality survey report once it was complete, and I would be happy to accept a full refund. Okay, that could be just bullshit, you know. I said I would accept the refund, and I got a notification of the money being refunded back to me from Amazon on the 24th of June. I was getting nothing but fob or messages from the seller of the Shuttle Art pencils. They even sent me a message on the 24th attaching two pictures which they said were my pictures, and they could see nothing wrong. When I looked at the pictures, one of them was mine, but the other was not. So obviously they're getting multiple complaints on the same situation. I was starting to doubt my sanity at that point, so I decided on the 24th of June to swatch the 174 Shuttle Arts pencil on the swatch sheet they provided, which is the only thing that they provided in their set that is good. It was while I was doing the swatching, I found the 178 pencil with overstamping, but interestingly, with the color name, which was neither 180 Brett Funner or 174 Shuttle Art. So there's a third company involved in this mess. I would go with this problem is probably across the board with all Black Barrels, considering that the pencil name was not even among the 180 or the 174. I took more pictures and another long message to the seller. You have that message in the pictures. So hopefully that explains it. That I literally wasted my entire holiday on 2 boxes of crap pencils. Been virtually called a liar, and all for telling 2 sellers they are selling substandard products to people who can ill afford to lose money like that. Now for the dramatic ending. I have just woken up after another sleepless night, and I see an email from Amazon saying that they are processing a refund for the 174 Shuttle Art pencils. No message from the seller. So looked in my junk email, and there are 2 messages, both sent during the early hours of the 25th. The first message reads, "Hello there. Sorry for all the problems and thank you for your suggestions and explanations. We'll give feedback to our factory to improve our products. We would like to provide you a full refund. I'm sorry to disturb you for so long." Well, they really should have listened the first time and not put her through this. "We have encountered this kind of problem for the first time." I hardly doubt that. I would actually say that's probably an out-and-out lie. They're perfectly aware that they're selling factory seconds on these pencils. We will process your refund as soon as possible, and once it's finished, we will attach a screenshot in the email for you. Kind regards, Shuttle Art. Then another message 6 minutes later. Hello there, your full refund has been issued. Please check the attachment. Any further questions, please feel free to contact us. Have a nice day, Shuttle Art. I sent a total of 20 messages to both sellers in the period from the 19th to the 24th. I received in total 14 messages between the two sellers up to the 25th. At this point, it was the principal for me. They really thought I was going to give up. Not my style. And, well, she's a lawyer. She's going to argue until she wins. She should be used to that. So, my opinion on this, at least I consider black barrels middle ground. That, you know, if you have them, you have them. Brut Funner is notorious for selling anything they can get their hands on as far as their pencils. It's funny because when she bought it was just around the time that they switched over from their regular pencils to the black barrels. So they got a deal. It was a Christmas deal. And that was around the time that my friend got it. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention in case you should get these pencils. Let it be known that this is not a first time happening. This is a multiple time. We all know one set didn't just have all the problems in it. And with that, I will leave you guys. See you in my comment section. Take care. Bye-bye.